Yo guys, so before we get into this video, I just want to talk to you about foottrading.co.uk. This is a website set up by myself and Dan, aka V273. We put together our market knowledge into one place to help you guys trade on FIFA. There are free trading guides on here, which are literally them ones there. They teach you how to trade with special cards, icons, and silver cards. All of those are massively profitable methods on this game. We've also got paid for areas, which is £10 a month. That gets access to spreadsheets for special cards, for icons and for silvers, with the maximum buy prices and the minimum sell prices on them. You cannot lose coins. They are tried and tested, literally in every market condition, and they work very, very well. We have people who have made 3.5 million coins in a week. Even people who do it once a week are making sort of 500-600k from the trading. It is very, very good. And for £15, you get access to a live deals area, which is where we're going to be putting all the live filters we come up with. As you guys have seen in the 0 to 2 million series, I'm pretty good at finding sniping filters and stuff like that. We're going to start putting those into that live filters area for you guys to make as many coins as possible. That is £15 a month for those, and we update that as often as we possibly can. You also get access to our tool, the Chem Style Calculator, which was built. Essentially, let's say, for example, you buy a card that's not on the spreadsheet, because some aren't on the spreadsheet. We are adding loads all the time, but there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Chem Styles cards on this account. But let's say, for example, you buy a card for 25,000. 25,000, not 25 coins. And you say, Hunter,
I'm not gonna lie,
calculate.
mate.
It will tell you the minimum you should be selling that card for, and it's a really invaluable tool. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, like I say, £10 a month for tier 1, £15 a month for tier 2. It is a really brilliant website. If you want to get involved, click the link down below. Come over to foottrading.co.uk, check it out and see what you think. But for now, let's get into this video. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do subscribe down below, click the like button, all that good stuff. As I record this video, we're literally on the verge of 7,000 subs. I think by the time you guys watch this video, we'll be at 7,000 subs. But it makes a huge difference to the channel if you do click that subscribe button. You get 2 trading videos a day at the moment. I'm grinding as hard as I can to try and make your grind easier. As always, if you want to watch me do this stuff live, click the link down below and come over to Twitch. We are one of the fastest, in fact, I think we are the fastest growing FIFA channel over there on Twitch. We are averaging nearly 200 to 300 viewers a stream. It's absolutely insane. So if you want to come over and get involved, do click the link down below. But essentially, this is now episode 4 of the 0 to 2 million series. Now, I've been doing this series in conjunction with the League SBC Method to Glory. If you want to go back and watch yesterday's video, we sort of completed the first part of that. We've got the mid-icon SBC done completely free. In fact, we make over £1 million coins profit, well over £1 million coins profit, because we packed Cristiano Ronaldo and Foot Birthday Hazard as part of that grind. But if you want to go check that out. But the whole point is that you're trading on along with me while we're doing this, while doing the League SBC method in that video, essentially. That's what your sort of the reason why I brought them both out in conjunction with each other at the exact same time. But this account is going to be given away to one of you guys completely and utterly free. Essentially, we're trading from scratch from 0 to 2 million is the plan. And we're going to be just teaching you guys how to do it, but also giving this account away so you can do what you want with it once you have got it. But what you need to look out for is in each video, I'm going to be giving you guys a number. We've already had the first 3 videos of this series, so go back and watch them if you haven't done it yet. There are 3 numbers in those videos separately. In fact, actually, I've got to be honest, there's 1 number in the first one and 2 in the third video, because the second video didn't have the number in it. I completely forgot to edit it into it. So there are those numbers in those ones. At the end of the series, I'm going to be asking you guys for the number in total. One of you guys who gets it right will win this account, essentially. That is what we're doing. It's my way of saying thank you for the support. So yeah, anyway, you guys just saw yesterday's video. It was how to trade with silvers. Giving you guys some in-depth knowledge of I'm going to be blunt here. I'm one of the best silver traders out there. And it's teaching you guys how to trade with silvers, because they are the most profitable way to trade in this game. But because the content last night was a bit quiet, a bit dead, there wasn't that much to trade with. I went out and did special cards, and as you can see, we've got quite a few of these guys sold. The only one that we made a loss on was Gomez, as I told you yesterday, because I bought him at the wrong price. If I'd have bought him at 59, we would have got profit, but I sold him just to get him done. And I think I'm taking about 5k hit on him, which is not ideal at all. But we made big profit on everyone else, and we've still got these guys here who are still selling at the moment. So Di Maria, we've got to relist them all. We're going to make sort of 5k off of each of them, give or take, so it's a nice 20k profit. Once they sell, we'll be up towards 340, 350,000 coins after day 3, which is pretty solid. What you're going to see in this video, lads, is me silver trading in action, and I'm going to try and do it as the 6 o'clock content hits. So that way you guys are aware of what I'm picking up and how I'm picking it up. And I'm going to tell you the price they were beforehand, the price they were afterwards, and then we're going to talk in detail about how I'm going to sell these cards once we pick these cards up, and I'm going to give you an idea of what the market's done, how much it's dropped by, and give you guys indicators of what's happened on the market. This way, because you guys keep asking me about the cards you trade with, which I've given you. I've given you the filters for how to trade with the cards and what cards to trade with. You guys have also asked me about other things like how to sell when you know the market's where it is. So this video is perfect for you to start understanding that. Again, I stress there is no more profitable way to trade on FIFA than silver cards. However, it requires time, it requires patience, and it requires a grind. But if you're willing to grind, you will see the rewards. What we're going to do now, 6 o'clock content is on its way. Once 6 o'clock hits, we are going to be buying into silvers. Once they come down in value, we're going to pick them up, hopefully make quite good profit off of them. And then I'll be able to show you guys what we pick up as we pick it up and how we're then going to flip them and how I'm going to monitor the market for the next couple of days. So I will see you guys after 6 o'clock and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I'm doing this live on Twitch and showing my guys. This is something I do every weekend no matter what account I'm on, just because it's an easy profit maker. Squad fitnesses are needed for Weekend League. Everyone uses them. But Weekend League is full of lazy buyers. And so we've gone and bought loads and loads of squad fitnesses. They're anywhere between 4 to 650. Now what you want to do with these, number one, a great reason I like trading with consumables full stop as well is they can go straight in your club and sit in there. There's nothing you've got to do with these squad fitnesses. They can just stay sat in your club. There's no drama with that at all. But the reason why I like squad fitnesses is because they're easy to sell. Because all you've got to do is list in batches. So I'm gonna pick up like 50, 60 of them for Weekend League on this account at 600 coins, 650, give or take. I mean, for a couple of them I got cheaper than that. And then what you want to do is when you've got a batch of them, let's say you've got 60 of them, you want to list in batches of like 10 to 15 at a time for about 1,200 to 1,400. Try your luck at 1,400. If none sell, go to 1,300 and keep relisting them and people will lazy buy them and you will double your coins on this investment. It is an easy way to make coins, especially if you're just trying to build a coin total up. I cannot stress it enough. Go out and buy squad fitnesses and then just stick them in your club. You haven't got to be unassigned to them. They just sit in your club for as long as you need them and sell them throughout Weekend League to double your profit. It's a little tip for me for you guys to make some coins. Do it every single week. It's a no-brainer. If you buy 60 and put what 30k in and you get 60k back, easy dubs. You ain't got to worry about that. But it's getting up close to 6 o'clock now. We're 25 minutes away. We've invested in silvers hopefully, but I will see you once it gets to 6 o'clock and the content has dropped. I will be right back. The 6 o'clock has dropped and you're probably wondering why I have Schürrle and Simon here. The reason why we have all these players is because a new SBC was released and it is the Foot 13 birthday SBC. So if we show you now, I'll show you right now. Let me go to it now. Players. No, live is what I want. Sorry, ignore me. So Foot 13 was released, and this is why I said to everyone, don't sleep on these SBCs because they've been making me bank all week. Essentially, you've got to find a link into this guy. So the links into him are obviously Nigerian wingers, and they are Schürrle. So again, it's what I talked to you guys before about looking at daily SBCs and looking at the requirements, right? So rare players minimum 8, nationalities minimum 3 is all much around muchness. 75 chems quite high, 78 rating. But realistically here, because it's such an odd league, you're going to need to link it somehow. So Nigerian wingers and Schürrle have gone up massively. Realistically, that is where your coins are at if you want to snipe. If you want a sniping filter, this is an insane sniping filter. They've all jumped from like 1k up to about 7,000 or 8,000 coins. So I'll be doing some of that tonight. And also marquee matchups, just to keep you guys sort of, I want you guys to see this as I'm doing it, I guess is the best way of putting it. If you look at the marquee matchups this week, this is what I talked to you about supply. We have throwback marquee matchups with a rare Electrum players pack. We also have a premium Electrum and prime Electrum. Now, the question mark we've got a lot of packs, a lot of silver supply. The question mark now really though is going to be, are people going to open today or hold till tomorrow? I don't know realistically what's going to happen. My thought process is it shouldn't make too much difference because people should still be thinking about, well, packs have been coming anyway, I'm not going to hold. But you never know, people may hold till tomorrow. But a 5-star week for Mbappe is a big draw for this game. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to see if the prices come down enough and then we'll look to buy in using foottrade.co.uk, the website. The spreadsheet on there has been updated and we'll be using that. But yeah, I'll be back in a bit once we started buying into silvers. I will see you then. Yo guys, so you might be wondering why Fuzzball has had an outfit change and why I am full camera. That is purely because it is 1 AM in the morning and I've realised in the original upload of this video that I did not include the number and I did not want to make it another situation where I put 2 numbers in one video and confuse the hell out of you guys. So I'm now re-editing, re-uploading this video. I will not be getting to bed for another couple of hours while I wait for the renders to happen. But it is what it is, the life of a YouTuber, what can I say? But the number you guys need for this video is a number 5. That is a number you guys need to do. You now need to add that to the other 3 numbers that have been given out so far. Add it all together and keep a tally of what the numbers are. As you guys know, this account's been given away for free. Apologies for the glare on my eyes as well here. There's nothing much I can do about it at the moment. But yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning and I realised that as I was falling asleep. But the number 5 is the number that you need. I will be right back in a minute with some more trading tips for you. I'll see you then. Yo, lads, so the supply of silver so far has been really, really solid. I cannot complain at all. So I just want to give you an example of some of the deals that we had picked up. Again, these are little filters you guys might not have known about before, but as an example, these Union Berlin CDMs were selling for just short of 9,000 coins earlier on today. The website on foottrading.co.uk, the reason we set the price at the sell price we do is so you get an idea of the buys that you're making. And he was 8,900 coins just before 6 o'clock. He's now 4,700. So there's something in the region of about 3,500 to 4,000 coins profit alone in that Sobotka, this is the levels that we're getting to when it comes to silvers. And this is why I say it is the most profitable way. Another one of the best pickups that I picked up so far, Radunovic, was 4,600 earlier on. He's now 1,000 coins. 1,000 coins is what I just picked that up for. Admittedly, it's quite a good buy. He was sat there for maybe about 30 seconds, but again, I know they sell for 3,500 to 4,000 coins usually next day. So we're picking up sort of, what is that? Even if we get 3,000 for him, we've tripled our coins on the investment that we're making. But we've got some really nice buys. Another CDM there, we paid for at 544. Schmitz, we got 2 of him, one at 2,100 and one at 1,700. Again, they were up at 4k earlier on today, which is very, very nice. And so, yeah, I'm going to continue buying, but I want to give you an example of the levels of the drop in silver sometimes. And today seems like a very good day for the drop. And I have a feeling that the market's going to climb back up again relatively quickly because people are going to be stacking packs for FUT birthday. So I'm going to keep picking up cards. If I pick up any insane deals, I'm going to come back to you as and when I get them. But yeah, for now, I will be right back. I will see you in 2 seconds' time. All right, lads. So it seems very clear to me that people have opened up today because the market deals, there have been some utterly sensational deals. This guy earlier on today, I bought him for 3,200. I think he was sat at about 6,500 earlier on. I want to make sure to be certain. Let me have a little look. Let me just check FUT trading. Let's check the website and I will see. Yeah, he was 6,000 coins earlier today. He's now 3,200. He has halved in price, which is exactly what you want. It's what you're looking for in terms of a drop. So that's really, really nice. Contento, you guys know I trade with him. He earlier on today, if I check the website again, just to make sure I've got my figures right. I'm not talking rubbish to you guys. Earlier on today, he was 2,400. He's now dropped to 1,400. So we've seen nearly a 50% drop on him. So that's the exact point that you want to start buying in. What I think happens tonight, though, I think the market comes down maybe even further. It hasn't seemed like it happened recently when the market comes down for an hour and then bounces back again. What seems to be happening, actually, is the market seems to be dropping off quite heavily and then people are undercutting from there onwards. So I'm being more selective with my deals. The only ones I weren't selective with were the Brescia defenders. The reason why I don't mind buying in a little bit higher on Brescia, for example. Now, they were selling for just short of 8,000 earlier on. But Brescia's an in-demand team, right? So they're a team that are very much like, you've got to do them to do Serie A as part of League SPC grind, and if you want to get more packs, you have to do Brescia, alright? And so, for me, that's the one that's the most expensive in there. So I was showing the stream a minute ago that if you've got a team that is the most expensive in that league, you don't necessarily need to look for a 40% drop-off. You'd like a 40% drop-off, like you do. But something short of a 40% drop-off, like a 30% drop-off, is fine on a team like Brescia, because there will be demand for their silvers eventually. Eventually, that people will need them, and so that they will go up in price. So I've taken a punt and bought a few of him. I bought one at 5,1. I think I bought 2 at 5,000, so I'm not too stressed about that. But we're going to keep picking up deals as we go now. The only thing that I've got to be mindful of, and I need to be mindful of, is I'm obviously bringing this series out to you guys on YouTube. I need the market to rise overnight. So either my special cards need to sell overnight, or these silvers need to sell overnight, or not overnight, next day. So don't list silvers overnight. I cannot stress that enough to you. But I'm going to keep picking up some of these cards, and then we'll talk after that about how you sell these cards, how you maximise your profit, essentially, and make the most amount of coins you possibly can. Another one that I just want to show you as well, there's Quinny. Normally sells for about 2,000 coins. He's down at 900. Now, you might look at that and go, it's only 1,100 coins. But if you're putting 900 coins into a card that you're probably going to sell for 1,800 to 2,000 coins eventually, you've doubled your investment. There are very few methods on FIFA that allow you to double your investment. As the sun shines on my face, again, I look like I'm being raptured by God. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to keep picking up deals and come back to you as and when we get them. If we get anything really, really good, I will show you. I will be... Turn to you guys again. As you can see, we're starting to stack up. Now, what you will see from my pile here is the most important thing. As you flick through this pile... ideally, you should notice something about these players. The majority of them are different, right? I have 9 duplicate items, and like maybe 1 or 2. These guys here that are the same as other ones. I have a hard and fast rule that I'll only buy 3 or 4 of the same card, and I advise you strongly stick to it. Stick to that rule, because let's say, for example, I buy loads of Schmitz, okay? But he doesn't go up tomorrow. I am waiting for a long time for Schmitz to go up. There's not coins that I can then reinvest elsewhere. So you want to place your coins in loads of different places, and then once you place your coins there, you then want to sell them bit by bit. Do not be that guy that buys 50 of them and then comments on my video and goes, I bought 50 Pellegrini. I bought 50 Pellegrini, for example. I was going to say the Polish guy's name and I realised I couldn't pronounce it. I bought 50 Pellegrinis and they didn't go up in price, and now I've got to hold my coins and I'm sad. Well, obviously that's a problem because you bought 50 of the same card. Don't buy 50 of the same card. Buy like 3, 4, 5, unless you know it's an insane deal. Let's say theoretically you go onto Union Berlin centre backs and you see that they are 3k when they've been 8, 9k for the last few days. Buy them all because it's a brilliant deal and you'll make a lot of coins off them eventually. But if you're buying, for example, if you're buying random cards like Schmitz or Quinny or Fran Merida, these guys here that are random guys that you're buying, buy 4 or 5 of the same card. I said this a few times before and no one seems to listen to it. Do not buy loads of the same cards. Just an update for you in terms of players that we picked up recently. We picked up another Walkovic, but I'm not going to talk about him. The guys we picked up recently on this, Gentner, he's a guy that I love trading with because CMs on Union Berlin are really consistent. They're a really consistent buy and sell. We picked one up at 3,900 and I think the other one we picked up, if I'm not mistaken, we picked it up at 4,000, I feel like that's right. 4,000. Again, they were up at sort of 7k earlier on, which was a nice bit of profit for me. So I'm very happy about that. Again, they won't be 7k tomorrow. That's the point. I'll talk about selling them after this segment. But that's a really good buy. But a really, really nice buy for me was Arp from Bayern Munich. 1,000. Bayern Munich Silvers are a consistent seller because you need to use Bayern Munich Silvers pretty much for the SBC, for the League SBC, and they are a very consistent sale all the time. I cannot stress this enough. You can usually get between 2.8 and 3.8k on them depending on the time of the week. But just a simplistic rule, Bayern Munich Silvers, buy under 2k, you will always see a profit back from them. But here's a nice bit of profit. And this is what I say about Silvers being the most profitable method. As you've seen from this, a lot of these cards are double the value back. We're not talking like, okay, I'm buying for 500 coins and selling for 700 coins. I'm buying for 1k and selling for 2.5, 3k. I'm buying for 4k, selling for 8k. It's huge profit. There's similar sort of profits that I'm picking up from special cards. Now, the flip side of that is the work that is required to sell them. And we're going to go over selling towards the end of this video. But yeah, essentially it's important that you note that when you're buying these silvers, always think about the work you're putting in and try and pick up the best deals possible. You do not want to be the guy that has 300 silvers to list that are all okay deals because you will not feel like it's worth it. But I'm going to go back now, continue to pick up deals. I'll come back to you and keep giving you examples so it really gets into your head how this silver trading works. I will be right back. I'll see you in a second. Okay, guys, as the sun starts to set behind me, finally, the sun's not in my face anymore. I just wanted to sort of update you on the special cards as well. McKennie sold, and like I said to you guys, if you buy special cards, don't panic about it. We're going to be trading with special cards in the upcoming episodes. And one of the most important things I want to talk to you about special cards is don't panic. He is just sold. The other ones are still selling, and I'm looking to sell them overnight. The Simons, they all came up in price, and they all crashed again. And I don't know what happened, but so we haven't really made a massive amount on those guys. It is what it is. I'm not too disheartened, not too disappointed because the silvers have been so superb tonight. Since you were there, we picked up some more. We're now at 35 bought, which is very, very nice. And so this is now in a situation where I was telling you guys about putting your coins in different places. So I have some coins in specials at the moment, and they'll get sold overnight. So let's park them over there. We've also got the squad fitnesses that I bought. I think I've got 30 so far. We'll park them over there. And then in front of me right now, I've got those silvers, right? And those silvers are now the ones that I'm going to be looking at to think, okay, I can list those tomorrow probably into whatever day it is. And that's going to make me profit. I'm also going to make profit from the specials. I'm also going to make profit from... Well, specials are there. The specials were there? Yeah, specials are there. Whatever. Either way, from the specials, from the squad fitnesses, and you start to build a coin total that starts to come in from different angles. And that's really when you start to make good coins on FIFA, realistically. That's when you start to make really good coins on FIFA, when you're starting to adapt and use different methods to make them. But yeah, I'm going to keep buying up some silvers. I don't want to leave myself with no coins whatsoever, but I'm going to try and go quite hard on them tonight to make as many coins as I can. But this is hopefully giving you guys an in-depth sort of way, sort of, I guess, viewpoint on how I buy silvers and why it's so effective for me and why I'm so good at it, without being blunt. It's not, I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say that, but I've spent years perfecting this. Like, it's been 3 or 4 years now of me trading with silvers and just grinding out silvers. Like, someone dug out a video the other day for me on FIFA 18. It was me talking about, like, silvers and League SBC cards. And so for me, it's something I've done for ages, but it's not an overnight thing. You start to learn it. The more you buy, the more cards you start to know you like buying, the ones you know you don't like buying. And from bit by bit, you can make big profit out of it. Really, really, really big profit out of it. So I'm going to keep buying. I will be back once we've bought some more. And then we'll talk to you guys about what we do about selling. How we think about selling. What the rules about selling. And the most important thing about not panicking when it comes to selling. But I will see you in a minute and we'll talk about... Okay, lads. So we probably... I mean, I could buy some more, but I'm going to keep a little bit of coins in the bank at the moment for you guys to see where we're at tomorrow from here, basically. We've picked up some more like ridiculous deals. We've got loads of cards here now. A John Fleck for 2.5k or 2,300. He's been, I think he was up at 4.5 earlier on today, which is really, really nice. This Niana, he was up at 6,000. He's now down at 3,000. We picked up another ARP. We picked up a second ARP. We didn't really want to pick too many of them up. Zimmer was 8,000 early on today. He's down to 3,000. I picked him up for, which is an insanely good purchase. We're looking to make a lot of coins from this today, basically. A lot of coins will be made. So I'm very, very happy with what we've done. In terms of the buys we've made, in terms of the sells we've made, this Skrybicki, I can never pronounce him properly. 3,800 coins on him. Again, Dusseldorf strikers have been nearly extinct for the last week. But now we picked them all up, we need to talk about selling. Now, there's a couple of basic rules for selling. Hopefully, you guys have been picking these up today as well at the same time as I've been picking them up. But a couple of rules for selling that you need to know. The first one is to list one or two of the same position, same club at a time. So let's say I had 2 strikers from Dusseldorf as you see on screen. I would legitimately only list up 1 or 2 of them at a time, ideally 1. Let him sell and then sell your next one. Let him sell and then sell the next one. The reason being, if you list up a few of them, like 5 at a time, all that's going to happen, someone's going to come in and undercut you. And if they go and list 5 at a time, they get undercut. It brings the price of silvers down. You don't want that. So list 1 at a time. That's the first basic rule. 1, maximum 2. That's same position, same club. So don't go and list up 2 Skrybicki's, 2 Kovnakis, or whatever it is, and then 2 of, I think it's Herrings, is that his name? Herdings, is that his name? The Dusseldorf. So don't list up like 3 different strikers with 2 each from the same club. Literally 2, same position, same club. That's the first thing when you come to listing. The second thing is if the market does not rise like you thought it was, are you going to be watching this at 9:30 on Friday morning? If the market did not rise in the way you thought it would, just chill. I cannot stress that enough. Relax, chill, do not stress. It will eventually come up. It's just sometimes the market takes longer to bounce back. It looks like to me right now, the market's starting to already rise, but just chill, just relax. There's no drama. It will eventually come up. Just leave them unassigned or put them on your transfer list. Pretend they don't exist for a day. Let them come up. Best time to sell silvers, always first thing in the morning. 8 a.m. UK time is the best time to start selling silvers into about 10:30. That's usually when they're the highest. There are exceptions to this. Sometimes the market rises, especially into tomorrow, where people may be pack stacking for Team 2. You might see a rise during the day tomorrow. There is a chance. But just be aware that mornings is the best time to sell. The worst time to sell, and it's a basic rule, but do not list overnight ever. Full stop, ever. There's a reason for that. If you list too low and the market's trying to come up, you're going to have a ceiling price basically when the market is. It causes problems. We have a basic rule in the Discord that everyone just doesn't list overnight, and it works better, trust me. If you really want to list overnight, there's nothing anyone can do to stop you, but do not list overnight when it comes to silvers. Make sure intrinsically that you are thinking, right, I'm going to hold these guys, let them rise, sell them when I'm on the game, make coins that way. Really, really simplistic rule. Do not list overnight whatsoever. Other thing is, look for hype. Look for hype around stuff. So, for example, right now, the hype is FIT birthday. If you start to see card prices start to rapidly rise tomorrow, or for you guys today, technically, if you see rapid rises in card prices, watch the market, watch those cards, because there could be a good time to sell. Some people sort of go away and go, I'm going to leave it for the whole week. And then, essentially, 3 days later, the card's actually cheap and they could have sold it because of the hype around the FIT birthday promo or something like that. So you might see tomorrow, for example, this guy that is now Skrybicki, who's 3.8, he might get to 6.5, 6.7 tomorrow. And there might be a time for me to sell, realistically, because I might sell him then. Other things you have to watch out for are more silver supplies. So if we get a daily pack SBC that has silvers in it, if we get a player SBC that has silvers in it, that can bring the market back down again. So don't miss out on your chance to sell. Another basic rule you need to think about as well is sell when you're happy with the profit. Do not wait for the cards to rise back to where they were before. Now, they will eventually get back to that price, but you might be waiting a week. Sell when you're happy with the profit. For me, my mentality is anything over 2k, I'm looking for something in the region of 50%-ish back, so maybe a K profit, anything over 2k. Anything under that, I'm looking for 50% back. So if I put 1,500 in, I want to sort of sell for at least sort of 2.2, make myself a nice 500, 600 coins after tax, something in that region. But sell when you are happy with the profit. Do not get greedy, and do not expect them to rise straight back to where you bought them from, because that's not how it works. That's not how this market works, full stop. Just be mindful of that. But that is really an in-depth knowledge now for you guys of how you trade with silvers. Obviously, you've seen me do it, so now when I'm trading with them, when I say I picked up this guy, you'll know why I picked him up, you know how I've done it, you know what I've done. But we have 50 cards there, I think maybe slightly more than 50 actually, because I think some are unassigned, but behind that. Again, tonight we will be selling the special cards that we've got here, trying to list them up overnight to get them sold. Again, I'm not stressed if they don't, they'll sell into Weekend League either way, so it's no big drama. But as you've seen, some of them have sold. I can clear this transfer pile off now, nicely. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully it's helped you really work out. Hopefully you guys invested for one. Hopefully you invested in silvers and you see a good profit for them. I know a lot of you did last week and made a huge amount of coins. But hopefully you've invested. Hopefully your investments go well. If you have questions, join the Discord over on Twitch. Make sure you check out fittrading.co.uk for all your trading needs. We're growing rapidly over there every single day. It'd be great to have you as part of the journey. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.